This is Lee with 82 Gaming 12 here on YouTube channel Sunslaver 75. This will be video 49 of my Talavera comparison series. And the only Talavera game I have still on the board is Kevin Zucker's Napoleon's Quagmire. And this will be the 2 o'clock turn. It's the French activation. And we're going to jump right into it. Okay, so the French have this tactics card here, artillery cover fire, and they get to draw 2 cards because they should have 3. So let's draw the 2 cards. We've got Cavalry Pursuit. Basically, it gives them another attack. Cavalry that are advancing after a combat. So, and then the other one is Infiltration. Cavalry and vedettes may move through enemy Zocs during this turn. Now, this was going to help because they're going to need that over here where Zayas is at and Milhad. So that is probably going to be the card that the French are going to use. So we're not using vedettes, but cavalry units may move through enemy Zocs during this turn. They may not move directly from one enemy Zoc to another. It says evasion. They may also disengage from enemy Zocs at the start of a friendly movement phase. So, yeah, that's going to be the one they're going to use. So, that'll give a movement of 5 for infantry and 7 for cavalry. So, and it's going to be a -1 victory point, however, which could hurt overall the victory points. Could hurt the overall victory for the French, but this might be a way for them to regain their supply. So we'll see how that plays out. So I'm going to put that card right here where I can see it. Okay. We don't need to check the weather. We don't have the supply segment. We don't have the recovery segment yet. Reorganization segment, no. We have the command segment. So now we have to do is we've got to check command. So, of course, Joseph is going to give his units here command. However, we got some dust bunnies. There's a lot of dust on this map. It's been a while since I was able to come back to get back to this. I've got to check this unit here. I'll put this gray marker here to see whether or not he's in command. Because I'm trying to remember whether or not an enemy zone of control restricts command. So let me take a look. Yeah, it says command range cannot enter enemy zone of control. So, that's discussed here in 6.0, which is command. And right down here is where it I was looking for command. Okay, range cannot enter an enemy zone of control. And it can only cross rivers at bridges. Okay. All right. So that unit if I can find my out of command markers. There's one. All right. So Gui, or Gui, probably Gui, here is out of command. Joseph, his command range cannot go through this hex because Mackenzie has, that's in his zone of control. Now, if a unit was there, a French unit, then say if he was here, that would be okay. Okay, but there's no unit there. So he will be out of command. Okay. Milhod over here. Let me take these. I guess I need to leave those on there. Let me just get me some more of these out of command markers to use. Milhod over here, he'll have to roll. So for now, I'll put him out of command. And let's see here. The rest of these guys, of course, are going to have to roll to see if they're in command. There's no other commander on the map. Joseph is the only one. The rest of these guys are officers. So I'll just start by rolling down here with Milhad. Okay. Now, since they are out of demoralized because of out of supply, okay, I don't know why I don't have that marked here. These guys are out of supply. Then his initiative is one less. So he's got a 3 or less. I rolled a 4. So that means he is out of command. So they're not going to be able to regain their supply. And they're not even going to be able to move. So let's then move to possibly someone else here. Let's go with Sebastiani. His troops are actually, his corps is actually rolled a 5. He had to have a 3 also, so he's out of command. This is another thing that has really hurt the French is the reduction of the leader's initiative, which has caused them to continue to fail their initiative roll and gain control of the situation. Victor, he has to have a 3 or less. He got a 5, so he's not going to do anything. There is an optional rule of if you're within so many hexes of enemy units, then you could, excuse me, you can move 1 hex. You can move your units 1 hex. And then we go to Latour. And, of course, he's going to have a 3 or less, too. Roll a 6. So, they are all out of command. So, the only one that can do anything is going to be Joseph. So, and of course, he's not going to be able to move. All he can do, well, let's see here. Guy, or Gui, he has a 4. Let's roll to see if they have command. Now, this cavalry unit could move. I could move him because of the card. But Mackenzie's out here in the open. He's going to get combined arms. So I don't want to move them. But let's see about Wee here. He's got to get a 3. Got a 3. Okay. So he's going to be in command. But really, that doesn't really amount to anything. They're not going to be able to really do anything, still be able to do bombardment and all of that. But concerning moving, they're not going to be able to move. So we can skip the movement phase, go straight to combat. We could have cavalry retreat step, but we're not going to have any of that. Okay. And so we go to artillery reaction fire step. So this is the non-phasing players. So this will be the British will be firing their guns. Okay. So we're going to start down here. So the Vanguard's artillery, only 1 strength, is going to fire at these cavalry units here. Ma Petite and Bartholomew. They're like dragoons, I guess. All right, so we get our this. strength of 1, they're going to have to get a 5 or a 6 here for any kind of result. See, a strength of 1 is way over here. And so a 5 will get a -1, which basically is the suppressed. But what it does is it reduces their initiative. And then a 6 will get a DR. So, and it's a 1, so no effect there. Let's look here for the next bunch. They can't fire. Nobody here can fire. This guy's all infantry. Well, they can't fire out of here anyways. We're out of here. Okay, let's see what we got here. That's an infantry. Alright, so we're going to have these artillery units here with Wesley. Alright. So we might fire at Bataille, Bayard maybe. Alright, so we've got Elliott, Sillery, and Hasey. That's 3. And then here where Pakenham's at, we've got Retberg, that's 4. Okay, so we got a strength of 4 firing here. So let's see what we get. We got a 6. Okay, that's going to be a DR. Okay, 6. Strength of 4 is a DR. We need a strength of 6 to get a reduced. That's what we really want to get. So you got to really mash your guns to get that on some of these smaller battles. So a DR is going to push him back. And let's see here. What do we got over here? Sherbrooke. What's he got? You don't have any guns. And then if we look here, what do we got? Bassincourt. Yeah, there's one. Okay, so these guns here will fire. And fire at this stack here. Two is no effect. All right, so see what this is. He's too far away. I can remove a lot of these out of command markers. Got to keep his on. These ones that are on the British and Spanish, because you know they're not, if they're not involved in any kind of combat. All right, so now we've got the French. We have to do the declaration of where we're attacking, so forth. So over here we've got to attack here and here. Okay, here we've got to attack here and here and here. Okay. Let's see, this guy's here. He's not there. And that's it. This guy doesn't necessarily have to attack. You know, we're separate, but he will. So, let's start with some artillery up here at the top. So we've got these guns here. Let's find out how much we got. I guess it's just one. Okay. And I'm gonna fire there. So we gotta have a 6 instead of 3. Well, a 5 or a 6. All right. Let's see, Victor's got, let's see, we've got 2, 3, 4. And he'll pack them here. Well, good old fire here at Wellesley. I think that's what they're going to do. So that's 4. We got 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, I tell you what, he's going to fire there. So these guys are still going to fire here. So that's a range of 3 means they're going to be halved. So their 4 is going to be only 2. Ooh, we got a 6, which is going to force them back. So back to here. Plus, they can roll to see if Wellesley is hurt. Nope. Or captured, so forth. All right. Then we have Steinmetz. It's going to fire at Portigo. 1, 2, 3. Range of 2. Got a 4. Okay, so that's going to be a suppression. Okay. Should fire those other guys, but can't fire at them. All right. So all right, now over here we've got these horse guns right here. They can fire at, let's see if these guys are in. No, they can't fire at those guys. They can fire here at the this stack here. Excuse me. Okay. Strength of 1. 4 is no effect. So now we go to the combat. So all right, here we've got 4 and 4. And it's just in clear terrain. Okay. 1 to 1, roll to 1. DR2. Okay, so they forced them back 2. So 1, 2. They go back to there. But see, they can't advance. They're out of supply. So they can't advance. They just pushed them back. But that's not going to give them back their supply. Okay. Here we got Mackenzie. He's got 8. We got 5 here. We got 2 cavalry units there. So 5, 6, 11, 12, 13. 13. It's going to be 1.5 to 1, but combined arms is going to raise it up to 2 to 1. 3. Okay, is a DR. And that's going to be a capture. Because you got Strauss here. They can't go to there. And they can't go there because Gui has that under his zone of control. So Mackenzie can roll. But these other 2 guys, they're going to the that's going to adjust. Mackenzie's by 8. And then I have to roll to see if they go to permanent or they're just reduced. Unable to retreat fully. Okay. 5. Okay, Duncan is going to be eliminated. The next one, so 3. So they're going to be able to possibly recover half strength. So, all right. So they went to 8. So that should, yeah, that's going to put them at demoralized. I'm going to find another, there's one. And let's roll to see if Mackenzie is captured. Nope, he escapes. But I don't know that he's got anybody else still out here somewhere. He might have like artillery. Yeah, he's got artillery. So we'll put him back here with Wellesley. Okay. Of course, they can't advance. So And that's all of all that the French can do. I could have moved their pontoon trains and their. I think that's one thing I was looking to do, was move that pontoon train. And the wagons, supply wagons, I could have moved them. This wouldn't have been able to make it. 1, 2, let's see, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. It wouldn't have been able to set up, but could have got there if I used the movement of 5. I think these just have the same movement, no matter what. They just have 4. So I'm talking about the wagons and this pontoon train. So they're not going to be able to get supplied. When they try to recover some units, they're going to have to roll. If they get a 5 or a 6, then that unit becomes permanently eliminated. So that's something to think about. Not being able to advance after combat, having a reduced initiative, all of that is so important to a unit's ability to do anything. So being out of command and also being demoralized or out of supplies just is crippling. See, I can remove this suppressed marker. Okay, so now we go to the British, and they, we don't check weather, of course. They have their card to draw, and they get march card infiltration. Same card that the French had. We'll move it off the board now. And this one, of course, they were trying to use it, but of course they just, wasn't able to. So they were attempting to. I'll go ahead and count that as toward their VPs. Now, this aide-de-camp card, they want to hold on to, because if Wellesley's killed or captured, they want to be able to bring him back, so that basically ignores that kill or capture. So this march card is what they're going to use. The 5-7 is how far they can move, and it's going to be a -1 VP if they happen to use any of this here. And of course they're not. They don't have any units that are, well, but they could use it to move or move into a Zoc to kind of like just move by. I don't know how that would actually, yeah, I could see where that could be played. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay. So we got the card. We can go to the command phase. Okay. Of course, Zayas down here. Move this over here. I can take these off. Just worry about putting it on these other guys. Okay, so here Cuesta can only activate 1. And I think he's going to activate Manglano here. So he's going to activate. So these other guys are going to have to roll. Excuse me. And with Wellesley, don't have any commander over here. Lost so many commanders. So he can put these guys in command. 1, 2, 4. And those two. These guys here will have to roll. So these guys are in command. Let's see. And then leader-wise, he can put these three in command. Sherbrooke, Pakenham, and Mackenzie. Okay. So this unit over here is out of command, and he'll have to roll. All right, so that's what we got. Okay, so over here, let's start with Zaius. Zaius needs a 3 or less. He got a 4, so he's going to stay out of command this turn. Okay. Del Parque, he's got a 3. He got a 2, so he's in command. Alba, he's got to have a 1. I rolled a 2, so he's not in command. Those guys have to roll. Okay, Portigo. He's got to get a 3. I got a 1, so he's in command. Okay. And Bassencourt over here. He's got to get a 2. Got a 4, so he didn't pass. Okay. Now the other guys here that are independent units, their roll after we move the in command units. So. All right, we don't have anybody to move here. So this gorilla, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's gonna be over that ford there. This other one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. He went over there, right here. Okay. All right, we're starting down here with Manglano. So they got a movement of 5. So we want to try to capture Gui. So we're going to go 1, 2. He's going to go 1. Let's see. He'll go 1, the river, 2, the orchard, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And he'll go this way. And then Del Parque. Okay. Orchard. Oh, it's only one. Only cost of 1 for orchard. So he's going to go 1, 2, right there. Cuesta. We'll just move here. Okay. All right, so Portigo. I'm going to move to here. Portigo's going to move to there. Okay. Wellesley activated those 2 units, and then he can also activate. Well, he's not going to need to, because McKenzie's here to activate Sillery. Okay, and then Sherbrooke is close enough to activate the other 2, which are part of his division, brigade division, and they're going to move back up there on top of that summit there. Okay, Pakenham is not going to move. And I don't think Sherbrooke wants to do anything either. No, he doesn't want to do anything. He's out of command. Now that unit down there has an opportunity to activate. Let's see if they can. Nope, got to roll a 6, so they're going to stay out of command. All right. So now we will go with the reaction artillery phase, and so we'll start with these guns here. I guess it's just 1. Yeah. So this gun firing right here at Bassincourt. We're gonna have to have a 6. Got a 5. That's gonna be a suppression, but I'm not gonna need to put it because there's not any combat gonna happen there. Victor here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pakenham this time. 3 hexes away, so half strength becomes 2. 3 is no effect. Okay. You've got to really put your guns together to do anything. And so we've got 1, that's 2, 3, and then Sebastiani's got 1. So that's 4. So we've got a strength of 4 firing right here at Portigo. Need to move. See, they need to move this other artillery piece up to get 5. Ooh, got a 6. Okay. All right. 6 is going to be a DR. So, Pakenham. No. Portigo. Portigo is forced back. And this unit here doesn't have enough strength. Okay, so we've got an artillery piece here. I can fire at Del Parque. Right here. There's that. The guard artillery. We get a 6, we can help Gui out, who's getting overrun over here. So we've got this guard artillery here, strength of 1, right here. Oh, we got a 6. So that's going to force Del Parque back. And possibly, what happens to Parque? Nothing. And let's see, okay, we've got 1 more. Let's see. We've got Milhad has got his horse guns, can fire here. No, they can't. They can't fire there. Those guys are in the orchards. Not able to do any damage in orchards, apparently, according to this game. So, and range of 3 is not going to help because that will bring the 1 down to half, so that's not, doesn't work. So, all right, so now we have attack declaration by the British. Okay, and so Gui is attacked by Manglano. Abe here, and Haig, right here, and then Langworth and Cameron are going to have to attack the 4th Regiment and Strauss, and that's all we're going to have. So now, let's see. Now we're going to have well, let's see. Yeah. Down here now we're going to have the coalition bombardment phase. So this van artillery is going to fire there. 6. That's going to force them back to there. Okay. And let's see, those guns there. I guess we're going to fire here. 3 away. 2, 3. It's just going to be a strength of 1. 6. Okay, that's going to force them back. He can have 3. He can have 5. 2. Okay. All right. So they all move back. With Sebastiani. Okay, and then Packham. What has he got? Has he got any artillery? Yeah, Retberg. Okay, he's going to fire right here at LaPlane. LaPlane. He's got to get a 6 to back him up. Oh, got another 6. That's 3 6s in a row. So we can move to where Victor's at. You have an officer or commander, then you can have 5 units stacked. No more than 3 can be infantry. But they've got to be of the same division, I think. Let's see. And then we have Bassencourt over here. Strength of 1. He could fire here. Tell you what, he could fire here. So, nope, no effect. Didn't think I'd get 4 6s in a row. All right, so now let's go to the actual combat that we have. Okay, and we'll start here with Langworth. Langworth and Cameron, strength of 6. I've got to go up against this 4th Regiment, who is demoralized, and Strauss. So here against these 2. So we've got 6 against 6. Now, this cavalry unit, because they're in that orchard, let's see here. Cavalry attack or defense is halved. So they're only going to have a strength of 1. So this is something that's different between Kevin Zucker's Library of Napoleonics and the Gamers / MMP Talavera game, in the fact that cavalry can do combat in orchards. It's just at a reduced combat factor. In the MMP / Gamers Napoleonic Brigade series, or battle series, as it was altered to, you cannot have cavalry involved in combat in orchards. So I guess they could be attacked, but they can't attack. And that was just a big turnoff, or I guess as frustration, I guess, with that game. Because you had, as I discussed, you had the cavalry down there and they're supposed to be active down there, but they're amongst all the orchards. You know, like you look down here. Let's pull back. You know, around Talavera here, that's what you have. You have all these orchards, and so in the MMP game, you had Millard's cavalry, but they weren't able to do anything because, or they'd had to be on the road. You know, if they were off the road, you know, and in an orchard hex, they couldn't attack. So I don't think that's historic. So I think they were able to attack. It's just at a limited capability. So I looked pretty hard for some instances, and I wasn't really able to find anything concrete. So okay. So anyways, let's we only have 2 combats. So let's go ahead and get it done. All right, so that means Strauss is going to have a combat factor of 1. And here we got 4, that's 5. And the attackers have a 6. So it's 6 to 5, which is going to be 1 to 1. So 1 to 1. Okay, 1 to 1. We got a 4 is a shock. All right, so now we have to take a look at the initiatives. And so Cameron has a 4, so he's going to be the one that they're going to use. Okay, and the French are demoralized, so their initiative is reduced by 1, so they've got a 3. And the one that's going to be used, of course, is the larger unit. So it's going to be this one against Cameron. Okay. And so we roll the dice, and you're going to get either a 0, a 1, or a 2 added to your initiative. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you get 0 added. 3, 4 is plus 1. 5, 6 is plus 2. All right, so there's the roll, which means each one will get 1 added. So Cameron becomes a 5. And let's see, well, let me check here. Okay, yeah. Becomes a 5. And the French unit, the 4th Regiment of the 2nd Division of 4th Corps, okay, rolled a 3. They get a plus 1. Now, they've got a minus 1 because they're demoralized. So the 3 plus 1 is 4. So it's 5 to 4. And if we look at the shock table here, defender has 4, attacker 5. We come down here, it's a DR. Okay. So both of these units are going to have to retreat. He'll go there. He better go here. Well, he could go there. 1, 2. Yeah, he's within range. And Cameron can advance. I think he has to advance somebody. He can only advance 1. There we go. Well, actually, he'd have to advance here. This was the unit that had the higher, so he'd have to go there. All right. Now let's go down here to where Gui is at and Manglano. All right. So, all right. And here, okay, there's a stream here, but not all attackers are behind the stream, so that has no effect. And orchards don't affect infantry. So we're going to have 6 against 5. That's 1 to 1. Rolled a 2. That's going to be a DR. And because Del Parque was forced back from this artillery here, Gui gets saved. Otherwise, he would have been removed from the map due to the fact he couldn't retreat. So, and actually, I could move both of these guys because the leader's there. But I think I'm going to do it that way. Yeah, I want to do it that way. All right. That's basically, that's going to tie Gui up. Gui's not going to be able to move. So that's pretty key in this system, is being able to pin your opponent's pieces so that they're not able to maneuver during their movement phase because they're already engaged, okay, in an enemy zone of control. And again, it's really just it's really a standstill. You know, no one's really accomplishing that much. Although the British or coalition did lose some valuable infantry units of Mackenzie's division, but things just don't look too good for the French. Their command structure was pretty weak. You know, you didn't really have a commander to lead properly. Joseph was not a military genius like his brother. He was more of a diplomat. He was not a military man, and so things. I don't think. Let's see the. Let me check the. I guess it does go to 9 p.m. We still got quite a bit of time here to see possibly what's going to happen. Now, with the 3 o'clock turn, if we look over here, we got the 3 o'clock turn. So we go to 3 o'clock. Of course, that's 1500. That's a recovery turn, which means you're going to roll for weather, for recovery of units. And we've got all these units down here, not this one. But we've got 4 French units, and then we have all these Spanish units, 1 British unit, cavalry, Anson, that could recover back onto the map. The big I guess advantage would be the Spanish here, gaining quite a few units. So So 2 units under a leader, not an enemy Zoc. So what the French are going to want to do is they're going to want to try to get into these leaders' zone of control so that they're not able to bring back any units. because they're going to be able to bring theirs back, and then during their move, then they could try to keep the enemy from getting theirs. All these units here at the top are eliminated units. And as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coalition leaders have been eliminated. Nope, 7. There's another one. 7. 7 leaders. One is a replacement. And that's hurt the coalition. Plus the loss of these cavalry units, okay, under Payne. Pretty much his whole cavalry division there is eliminated. I guess maybe Murray up there is going to replace. No, I don't think it would be Murray. It would be someone else. I have to look to see. Because I got a couple of leaders that aren't there. So one of them is Campbell. So Murray must be Campbell's replacement. Yeah, because those units are right here. Kemas. Oops. They don't have a leader. So that's where we're at. We have the 3 o'clock turn, and there's another leader. He ought to be. Where's he supposed to be at? Is he supposed to be in here? I'm gonna put him up there. O'Donnell. That must be a replacement for Albuquerque, maybe. So. Okay, we actually didn't have anything where he was using this. So. Next video, we're be taking a look at the 3 o'clock turn and going over reorganization, recovery. And you get to see that. And, you know, if the French were able to get reinforcements, I don't know where those cards are. They've got at least one, probably a couple of reinforcement cards. If they could get those, they could bring in, you know, some of these units. Mortier's got a pretty large core, the 5th Corps there. That's most of these units here are his core. And if they were really able to come onto the board, onto the map, I think things could quickly turn ugly for the coalition. But so far, hadn't occurred. But it'd have to occur pretty quick. With the 3 o'clock turn looming, there's just not that many turns left. So, all right, that's where we're at. You know, like I've said before, this is a very good system. Kevin Zucker has, you know, modified or adjusted, made changes to this system over the years, and this set of, I don't know how many volumes it is. He's getting ready to release the newest one, and I'm hoping that the one after I'm hoping will be the other Peninsula volume, and I'm hoping that's what it's going to be. I know the Peninsula Wars battles are not very popular with Napoleonic wargamers. Those, in my opinion, those are the ones that are the most interesting. You know, you don't have Napoleon. You've got, the marshals, um, which were in constant turmoil amongst each other because of greed and jealousy, which was created by Napoleon. Um, so you got the marshals up against um, the coalition forces, Portugal, um, the British, the Spanish, and I just think it's so interesting, these battles, more so than the European battles. So, and even though my favorite marshal is not involved in the peninsula, uh, this is just my favorite. I guess you could say campaign, Peninsula War campaign of the Napoleonic Age. Well, my favorite two, I'd have to say my two. Well, one was the Marshal, the other was the Prussian General Blucher. I'm a big fan of Blucher, and then of Davout. So, and neither of those two were involved in the Peninsula War. So, come on back, see what happens. This could go either way. This this battle, and that's the way it should be. It should be just a toe-to-toe fight, as it was in actuality. Victor attempted to just charge right into the face of the British troops in their lines, and had a little success in pushing some back, but overall was not successful. Took a lot of casualties, and Joseph shows up, and they have a big powwow, and they decide to make another push, and it's Joseph didn't want to. It was only through some of the other generals, divisional generals, and so forth, that helped to push the attack in the afternoon, which had some success in breaching the British line. But it failed, and the British and Spanish held on to the field, and the French backed away, and eventually Wellesley is forced to move back toward Badajoz, and move on back to Portugal. So, but as an operational system, this is, in my opinion, the best operational system that's out there. It has some flaws, but I think every game does. There's always something that you could point to and say something about. And I've already discussed concerning an issue I have, so don't have to go into all of that again. But I enjoy this system. I expect the my delivery of the newest volume sometime in February. Usually, first couple of weeks of February is when it comes out, and I'll be looking forward to getting that onto the table. I'm still playing through the Royal Navy game by Jack Green, Quarter Deck Games. The River Platte battle, and you'll see more videos of that, and then also the naval World War II game that I've designed. I'll be showing that. I'm hoping to get that published after I've got to make some put it in a better presentation, the rules and so forth, and either go Kickstarter, Game Pounder, or just try to get maybe a publisher to accept it, and maybe get some things cleaned up in the rules and the presentation and so forth. So, but I'm going to give you a brief introduction to it so you can see what it's about, and go from there. But use it as kind of a comparison to Jack Green's system, and that's something that for me is exciting to have going on. So I appreciate your support. If you got comments, throw them out there. I'm not gonna attack you or anything. I just like to hear what you got to say or think, your opinions, about whatever. I like to communicate with you. If you've got questions or just want to say hello, give me a shout out, and I'll keep bringing these videos just to help those out there that want to see a game played, and I like to play them out, not just play a few turns and then stop, but play it out to conclusion, or at least to a place where, hey, it's who the victor's going to be, so that people can take a look and see how it plays completely out. And you can always fast forward to different parts, skip different things, and I'm trying to edit a lot of the nonsense out, which a lot of this will probably be edited out. I just get to talking, and then I end up editing it out. So, and so the program that I'm using I really like. One thing is it was free, and so I think it's something that would be you would expect to pay for, the editing that you get with it. So come back, see what happens. Don't know which video will be next. I don't know if I'll stick with this or go back to the Royal Navy, but one or the other will be coming shortly to YouTube channel. So appreciate your support. Thanks a lot.